Good morning, West Bay Sprouts. I shared a little bit last week about sending letters to the nursing home here in Dickinson. I actually reached out to them and they have agreed that we can send them just a little pick-me-up or, something like that. So I wanted to give you the address. This is to Serenity Gardens, and the address is 1816 Gill Road in Dickinson, Texas, 77539. And I'm going to put the address in here if y'all haven't written this down. So I will link the address. But on the outside, I know this is probably backwards, but if you could just write off to the side, West Bay Sprout Mail. That way they know that it's coming from West Bay Sprouts. And that way, it's just a little pick-me-up. And you could write to tell them that you are praying for them. But please pray for them if you are saying that you are praying for them. You could tell them that the West Bay Sprouts are thinking about them. Or you could just tell them what you're doing in quarantine, just so that you could reach out to them, right? And so that we could be a church and we could reach out to other people, right? And so parents, if your child writes a letter representing our church, I want y'all to tell me that they are reaching out, because I'm going to give them a little surprise once all this is over with. I think it's very important for us to share Jesus's love with other people. And so if our Sprouts are doing that, I want to know, because I want to reward that with a surprise. So just please, parents, if they're doing that, let me know. Okay, so I have just a really short lesson that I wanted to do, and then it shouldn't take long, and we'll just see how it goes. Okay, so how many of y'all remember Abraham in the Bible? The Lord blessed him and Sarah at an older age with children. He never had children, but the Lord told him that he was going to have children at a later age in his life. Well, that same Abraham, he had a nephew that he loved so much, and his name was Lot. Lot lived in Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah was a wicked place, and God wanted to destroy it and the people there because there was so much sin. But remember Abraham's beloved nephew? He was there, and Abraham didn't want anything to happen to him because he loved him so much. So Abraham talked to God. He asked him to spare his nephew and his nephew's family. God heard Abraham and sent 2 angels to Lot. The angels found Lot, and Lot took them into the house and he washed their feet. Do y'all remember us doing that during communion? He washed their feet and he gave them a huge feast. That sounds good right now. I'm pretty hungry. Then the angels told Lot to gather himself and all his family and leave Sodom and Gomorrah because God was about to destroy it. But they didn't want to leave. So the angels seized their hands and rushed them out of the city, and they shouted, "Run for your lives and don't look back and stop anywhere in the valley. Escape to the mountains or you will be swept away." That's kind of scary, huh? But Lot begged the angel, "Please don't make me go to the mountains. I will die. Please let me go to a small village instead." So the angel said, "Okay," and his family went to the small village instead. Early the next morning, Abraham looked across the plain to Sodom and Gomorrah and watched as smoke rose from the city. But God had listened to Abraham's request and kept Lot safe. You could find this in Genesis 18:16 through 33, I believe, and 19 through 1 through 9. This is just a reminder that prayer changes things. If Abraham wouldn't have asked God to spare his beloved nephew, Lot might have been destroyed. But God loves to hear from us. So remember to pray often. Okay, parents, I normally wait until the beginning of the month for them to learn their memory verse. But things are just a little bit different. So we're going to go ahead and have the children tell y'all the memory verse of the month. And if they know it, please let me know in the comments. Okay, and so the memory verse for this month was, if you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me, Jeremiah 29:13. And the new memory verse, it's an easy one. It's never stop praying. And you can find that in 1 Thessalonians 5:17. And another thing that I wanted to ask is, I am sharing this on my personal page, and I'm also sharing it on the church page. And so I think pretty much every single one of y'all were replying back to me on the church page. And so I just kind of wanted to see what was working best for y'all. If I'm, just keep doing it to both, or, just give me your feedback. And, and let me know if your child has listened to this message, and just comment their name on this, and they will get Good Samaritan bucks for attending church. And let me know if your child writes the letter to this nursing home. It doesn't have to be addressed to anybody personally, just an overall message that they're going to read to everybody there. And I also want to encourage our members, our church family, to also write. It doesn't have to be just from the Sprouts, just so that we can continue to be a church and to reach out to people. And I think that's all. So I just want to thank you for joining me, and I hope to see y'all very, very soon. I really, truly miss y'all, and I know that everybody here at church misses y'all as well. So everybody have a good day, and God bless. We love y'all. Bye.